Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video we're going to see how to set up basic data of other nation for entering numbers on a sheet. So in this scenario here we've got this sheet here where we've got some product ideas and people are going to enter some numbers for the quantities or how many items of the products have been sold. And then the value of the product or the price basically, and let's say that here on this quantity call. Then we do not want any decimals, we just want integers or whole numbers because there is no such thing as 1.5 cars for example. So we will not have a decimal in that column. So we can select the whole column actually and go to the Data tab on the ribbon and click on Data Validation. And here on the Settings tab we will have under the validation criteria we have this Allow option, and this is more like required. Think about it as required, not allow. So basically we will set this column to require only integers or whole numbers. And here on this menu we will select a whole number and then we can select a minimum and a maximum with between or not between or equal to. So you can play with these settings. Basically you say we do not want the number to be greater than 500, so maybe less than or equal to 500. And we will click OK. So in this case we've applied the data validation rule to the whole column, and this is including the header cell. But you can actually remove the data from the header cell and I'll show you how to do so. But for now let's try entering some numbers here. If I enter 400, that is within our range. That will be okay. If I enter for example 550, that is greater than our range. So we will get an error message here saying this value does not match the data validation restrictions defined for this cell. It means that we've got some restrictions. We can enter a value greater than 500. And if you click on retry you're going to be able to enter the value again, and then if you enter a value within the allowed range. So for example for under 50 this is going to be okay if you enter a value outside the range, so 556 for example, and then press cancel, then the value is going to be deleted. Now if you need to remove the data validation rule from the header cell you can actually select the cell and then go to data validation and then click on clear here and then click OK. So this way you do not have any data validation rules on the header cell. But why are we selecting the whole column? Because normally in most of the cases you would want to have the data validation rule apply to the whole column. However, you can certainly select just certain cells and apply to the data validation rules to them. That's no problem at all. Now let's say in the value column we want to apply data validation rule. But in this case we're going to allow both integers and decimal numbers, and let's say we're not going to allow a value greater than 5,000. So we will select the whole column, go to data validation, and then under the allow option here we're going to select decimal and then say we're going to select is less than or equal to 5,000. And we will click OK. So now no value is allowed greater than 5,000. However, you can actually put decimals so both decimals and whole numbers will work. So if I enter 4,262.3 that is going to work. If I enter 6,000 and 1.5, this is not going to work, and certainly this value should have a $sign for example, so we can select the whole column and format it as a currency and apply some number formatting to it. And if you'd like to learn more about number formatting and custom number formatting, there is actually a lesson on my YouTube channel that explains everything about number formatting and custom number formatting. So if you'd like to watch that, leave the link attached to this video. So this is how you can apply some number restrictions to the data entry on your cells. And we've seen how to do it both for integers and for decimal. So thanks for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.